Roller derby is played in increments called jams. Each jam lasts up to 2 minutes. Both teams field up to 5 skaters at the start of the jam. 4 of these skaters are called blockers, and 1 is called the jammer. The jammer wears a helmet cover with a star on it and scores points for the team. The blockers are playing both offense and defense at the same time, and together they make up what is called the pack. The 2 jammers start each jam behind the pack and must get through all of these skaters for an initial pass before they can begin to score points. When the initial pass is complete, a jammer can score 1 point for every opponent they pass with their hips. The first jammer out of the pack legally is declared lead jammer, which means they can end the jam anytime they want before the 2 minutes are up. Sounds easy, right?
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Gosh, if you were here for that last game, holy smokes, right down to the last jam. So much action, so much fun. Huge shout out to Happy Valley and the Supernovas. They both really brought it this morning on day 3 here at the WFTDA North America West Regionals. We're so excited now to get ready for this next game, and I think we might see something just as exciting between Calgary and Santa Cruz. Thank you again for joining us. I am Loquita Bonita, joined by
Secret Squirrel.
And we have as our producer the illustrious Dak in the Box. Dak, a longtime official, occasional announcer, fantastic announcer, maybe would announce more if he wasn't such a badass official. So we're so grateful that you were here, Dak, and lent your talents to us this weekend. So let's roll through those rosters. I'm going to kick it off with Calgary. Calgary is skating in the white jerseys. 004 Projectile, 006 Knockout Sunday, 1111 Joe Means Joe, 1116 Chris My Ass, number 12 Ruthless Red, 1349 that is Razor, 167 Ferris Bruiser, 201 Curb Stompin' Colshaw, 21 Novel Blonde, 213 Sleep, 2931 Taz, 31 Bruiseberry Pie, 747 Knox, 96 Tidbit Naughty, and 99 Brass Monkey. They are coached by Shrimp Magic, Brad Ass, Jimmy Soft Hands, and Show Me Your Hits.
And for Santa Cruz, we have 05 Greco, number 10 Na Fantastica, 125 Adrina Mackie. I'm going to mess that up. I'm so sorry. Macias. Number 13 Lil Killa. Number 24 Harley Sin. Number 26 Amanda Conda. Number 3 Ace Ventura. Number 36 HD. Number 4 Mad for Gravy. Number 41 Queen Litigious. There we go. Number 4140, Sasha Degrader. Number 442, Cyanide Siren. Number 62, T. Ryan. 626, Maddie Masochist. Number 99, Marinator. And their coaches are Wheezy, Maiden Hades, and Unleashed.
Yeah, and a shout out to our officials for this game: Tenacious D Cup, Heads Will Roll, Baconator, Fickle Bitch, Rita Slayworth, Mala Suerte, Flourish, Rhodes Warrior, Flintlock, Reed DeRules, Nomad, Adam Smasher, Richie C, Dillygaff, Razor, Darth Bling, Hate Bit, X-Ray Ted, and Squid Vicious. Huge shout out also to our medics over there, medics from EVIT. Thank you to EVIT being our medic sponsor for this game. We also want to send all the love to our volunteers here this weekend. It's been a super fun weekend, but none of this happens without a whole lot of folks pitching in everywhere they can. So thank you, volunteers. And there's the whistle. So we are ready to rock game number 14. And that is it. We are going. It's trying with the star for the Bombshells projectile for Calgary All-Stars. And trying out first does pick up lead. We've had a star pass to Sleep. So Sleep now the jammer for Calgary. And Sleep out quickly and through, so forces that call off. Quick 4 points for Tryon and Santa Cruz Bombshells. And we're going to roll into jam number 3. Two. I skipped a jam.
I was going to say, I blinked and it was over.
Whoops, sorry.
It happens. It is still early. Only had one game so far. An amazing previous game, so I'm really excited to see how this one goes. Up for the Santa Cruz Bombshells, we have Maddie Masochist jamming against Joe Means Joe for Calgary. Maddie Masochist trying to fight on the outside, unable to find a hole, but Joe Means Joe able to get through the pack, taking lead for Calgary. We have penalties being called. It looks like Calgary blocker going to take a little sit down over there. Believe that was a forearm block for Taz. Maddie Masochist on their initial, but the jam is called. Calgary able to pick up 3 points on that, and Calgary will start with a blocker in the box. We have a shout out from the Twitch from Minnie McGee. Big shout out to JR Razor from a fellow Euro official. Love to see the feed in the Twitch.
And here we go with the actual jam number 3. And jamming for Calgary is Ferris Bruiser for the Bombshells Marinator. And Ferris Bruiser knocked to the outside, does get recycled back. Oh, a lot of big hits and action happening up here in turn 1 and 2. Looks like Bruceberry Pie going to the penalty box.
That big hit was from Little Killa, who is a birthday girl today, by the way. This is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Little Killa. Little Killa also not so little.
It's a very deceiving name.
Yeah. I'd like some history behind that name. I bet we could get it because Lil Killa's mama is here.
Lil Killa's mom is here. She is the one who told us it is Lil Killa's birthday.
We always love it when the moms are in the house and in the Twitch and in all the places. Thank you, moms.
Apparently, there was a 20-minute happy birthday singing session this morning to her from her teammates. So that's pretty amazing. There's a lot of love there.
That's intense.
Yeah. Jam number 4, we have Amanda Conda in for the Bombshells with Chris My Ass for Calgary. Chris trying to find a way up through the inside, but having to cycle back through after being knocked out of bounds. Amanda Conda trying to push up through those Calgary blockers through the middle, unable to get past that Calgary pivot. It looks like Chris My Ass is able to find a hole on the outside, taking lead jammer and starting that initial pass. Amanda Conda holding that star in hand, being knocked out of bounds again and having to cycle back through. Chris hitting some resistance on that turn 2. Harley Sin being pushed out of the way to help make way for Chris. Amanda Conda still holding that star, trying to find a way through to conduct their initial. Chris on their tippy toes on the inside and then finding a hole on the outside. There is a lot of work going through, utilizing those Calgary blockers to find a way. Amanda Conda being cycled through again after being knocked out of bounds, still holding onto the star. Chris so far has picked up 8 points for Calgary, trying to continue on through, but calls the jam. Some high fives going on between Calgary and the Bombshells, which is always nice to see. Chris is able to pick up 11 points for Calgary. No points for the Bombshells, unfortunately.
That means we have a lead change. A lead change in jam number 4. So let's see. Will we see another one? What will happen next? Stay tuned in this next exciting episode of Who's Got Lead Jammer? It's trying here in jam number 5. Projectile has that star for Calgary. Pro has taken off the star and they are considering a pass, so we'll see. But, oh, no, just like that. Pro out of the pack. So they are on an initial pass, picking up 4 points.
Oh.
And that'll take him to 8, so 8-14.
I really wanted that apex jump at the end to work, though. Oh, it was so pretty.
We love an apex jump. Oh, looks like we're asking for an official review. Official review already right here at the beginning of the game. Let's not worry about the vendors because
White is requesting a back block call on the blue jammer.
all right. So that's very high level. Which blue jammer? I mean, which blue blocker?
I did not, honestly.
I didn't see the thing. So I bet somebody in the Twitch chat did, and they'll tell us all about it. But yeah, and if you did see it, let us know. We'll shout it out.
Speaking of the Twitch chat, we do have people watching from work right now is Panic_002 and Doves97. Thank y'all for watching and commenting, and if y'all want to tell us on the Twitch where you're viewing from, we always love to hear that. Yesterday was awesome. We had a few people from New Zealand watching. And Ireland.
The consensus of the officials is that contact was to the side rather than the back. The penalty will not be issued and the official review will not be retained.
All right, so that official review now gone from Calgary. They won't have another opportunity in this half to review anything officially.
That whistle means it is the start of Jam 6. We've got Maddie Masochist in for Santa Cruz against Joe Means Joe for Calgary. Maddie Masochist able to break out through. Complete their initial pass and come up to the back of that pack. Joe Means Joe still trying to find a way on through, holding that star in their hand, being held back. Everybody's starting to get gummed up at that second turn. And the jam is called. It does look like that did get 4 points for the Bombshells, bringing it up to just a 2-point lead now for Calgary.
Lots of folks in the chat from all over the place. Many friends watching from Canada, of course, rooting on Calgary. Someone from Tasmania, some California friends. Portugal. Germany.
Do you see Mama Joe? Mama Joe is in there and very proud of Joe Meets Joe.
Heck yeah. Y quiero saber si hay gente ahí de otros países donde hablan español. No hablo portugués, perdóname, pero si hay gente que quiere hablar en español, por favor.
Marinator in.
Habla conmigo. Yeah, Marinator has lead. Joe Means Joe. I was just giving a big shout out to anybody who's speaking Spanish, encouraging them to chat with me because I like to talk in Spanish and I don't get to do it very much. So the Bombshells have been getting most of the leads this game, but the Calgary All-Stars have been getting out so quickly, preventing any big runs in points. And that huge jam from Chris My Ass really making the difference here. 11 points from Chris, highest scoring jam of the game so far, back I think in what, jam 2? So Marinator now through has picked up 4 points. There has been a star pass, so Sleep now jammer for Calgary. Gonna force that call off. And once again, just a 4-point jam there for the Santa Cruz Bombshells. But those 4 points, those are enough, and we have a lead change.
Another one.
Lead change.
I love it. All right, Jam 8 starting. We have Amanda Conda in for the Bombshells against Ferris Bruiser for Calgary. Amanda Conda sliding out of bounds and having to cycle back through, but pushing all of those Calgary blockers, trying to break away and separate that pack, and it looks like, oh, almost free and knocked out of bounds, but just might make it around Taz. Taz is giving a lot of hard hits up there, but Amanda Conda able to break through, taking lead jammer. Ruthless Red now holding on to that star for Calgary. Ruthless hitting hard onto Harley Sin, getting past for their pass of that star, but it is called. The Bombshells able to pick up 4 on that one, and Calgary unable to grab some points. However, there were a lot of hard hits in that jam. I'd love to see that. Apparently, Twitch is really wanting to see Curb on the track.
Well, hopefully they'll give the people what they want. Request noted.
The people demand the Curb.
And it's trying with the star for Santa Cruz, Chris My Ass for Calgary. Both jammers looking to find some space, and they're getting out almost at the same time, but Chris, just moments before, does pick up lead. They look a little bit like some synchronated skating happening there for a second, but now they're both in the pack. And call off happening. Oh, look at that. Chris picking up 3 and 1, going to Tryon. So narrowing the lead just a wee bit, just 4 points separate these two teams. Y quiero decir hola a la gente de Argentina que están viendo de ahí. Amo a todos de ustedes. And la mamá de Merciless Martínez también está ahí. Hola, mamá.
Jam 10 kicking off. We have Maddie Masochist in for Santa Cruz, jamming against Projectile for Calgary. Projectile being knocked down, kept to the back of that pack on turn 2, as Maddie trying to push and able to break free. Maddie taking that lead jammer position. We have a few blockers now visiting the penalty box for Santa Cruz, making it so Projectile able to go through on their initial pass. And Maddie trying to call it off before any points were assessed for Calgary. Bombshells do get 2. And it looks like they will start with 2 of their blockers in that penalty box.
So a pack advantage here for Calgary. Let's see what they are able to do with that. Whistle blowing. And just like that, Marinator picks up lead, but Joe Means Joe right in the mix, coming up quickly, steps out a little bit, but gets right back on the track behind everyone else. So it looks like we're all just going for the points right now, maybe giving some time for those Santa Cruz blockers to get out of the penalty box, which they have. So Marinator still looking to get out, getting some offensive assistance there from Mad for Gravy. HD tracking really nicely there with Joe Means Joe, but Joe able to get out, does get all 4 points. And jam called off. It looks like 3 there for Santa Cruz, for Marinator and Santa Cruz. So score 26-21, 5 points between these 2 teams. And we have about 15 minutes left here in the first half. Oh,
You know, I'm noticing
exciting.
the closer the points is normally also how close the penalty numbers are as well. We've got the Bombshells with 3 penalties currently, and Calgary with 5. Jam 12 already starting. Amanda Conda in jamming for Santa Cruz with curb stomping Colshaw for the Calgary. So, I mean, Twitch demanded curb, and curb is now on the track.
Not only is Curb on the track, Curb is lead.
Oh, I know the Twitch will love to see that. So far, Santa Cruz has led 8 times, with Calgary leading 3. Curb coming up to the back of that pack, trying to find a hole through, and it looks like Sasha DeGrader now has the start for Santa Cruz. Correction, Calgary's actually had lead 4 times. Oh, and it looks like we have Sasha going to the box. That makes this a power jam for Curb. Coming out of that pack. Curb goes ahead and calls it. Able to pick up 8 points on that one, bringing it up to 29 for Calgary and 26 for the Bombshells. And we have a team timeout called.
We have a lot of moms watching their kids, but we also have kids watching moms here at all of these games right now. A couple in the chat, one for Queen Litigious. The child, the offspring of Queen Litigious, is in the Twitch chat, and I think somebody else, but I couldn't quite figure out the name.
You know, today is Father's Day too. So
That's right.
That's pretty cool.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers and father figures around,
We appreciate you watching roller derby.
and all the support you give. Much love, much love. You know, we also get support from our sponsors, like EVIT. They provide high school and adult students with the advanced skills and training needed to thrive in today's competitive market. Thank you, EVIT, for providing many of our medics this weekend. Looks like we might be getting back to the live derby action. 3 points separating these 2 teams as we roll into jam number 13. Nice 8-point pickup by Curb, and Chris, my ass, out just so quickly with lead.
A lot of speed.
This is a power start, and looks like NOW Fantastica in the penalty box as well. Does give that little bit of an advantage to Calgary, and Jammer now out of the penalty box.
What was that? Did you see
Sasha Degrader, yeah.
Right, just going backwards around turn 3. I love that.
It's wild. Oh, and there, Chris Myas picking up those points, calling it off, is able to get 4 more points for another 8-point jam for Calgary, holding the Bombshells to 0, taking that score to 37-26. But as we've seen, that's not enough points to maintain a lead, right? So still plenty of time for a switch around.
Jam 14. We've got Projectile already with that lead for Calgary. Maddie Masochist in for the Bombshells. Projectile flinging up through the middle. And Maddie Masochist able to break free from the pack for their initial pass. Projectile finding a hole on the outside and taking points before the Bombshells could score.
Everybody hanging out on either the S1 pivot line or the Rydell Skates jammer line. A couple of skaters in that 187 penalty box. And that whistle indicates we're back at it. Joe Means Joe with the star for Calgary, trying for Santa Cruz Bombshells. Nobody really getting anywhere yet, though. Blocker's doing a great job of containing the jammers, and they're able to create a little space. Sleep tried to flip around and catch her, but unable, so Tryon is your lead jammer, and oh my goodness, like a teeny tiny sliver of space on that inside line. That's all Tryon needed as she is through. Joe Means Joe now also out and on a scoring pass, so that's going to be 4 points for Calgary. So, a little whip around there from Lil Killa, the birthday girl, and called it off. Did get all 4 points there on that last pass for the Bombshells. So an 8-4 jam closes that gap a little bit, 34-45, Calgary in the lead.
So there's a little bit of love going out to you, Bonita, from Mr. Sweet Feet. He or she sent a little heart. It was awesome.
Thanks, Sweets.
Jam 16's underway with Marinator in for the Bombshells, jamming against Ferris Bruiser for Calgary. And it looks as though Ferris Bruiser is out with that lead, as Marinator's trying to break away and break through the pack over on turn 4. Hearing some whistles going, so we've got some penalties being assessed down there. And Marinator able to finally break through for their initial pass. Ferris Bruiser being pushed out of bounds, but calling it, and able to pick up 3 points for Calgary. Currently sitting at 34-48.
And there's the whistle. Jam underway. Chris Chris Myas for Calgary. Maddie Masochist for Santa Cruz. Bombshells. Chris pushing towards forward, coming up against that massive tripod. And Maddie Masochist able to get out, has picked up a lead. Chris, though, very strong, really pushing forward. Maddie getting through, picking up 4 more points. Looks like Chris Myas picked up a penalty and is going to the penalty box. That's a forearm call. So it's a power jam. Power jam for Maddie Masochist and the Santa Cruz Bombshells. Just 6 points separating these two teams. So a really key moment for them to have a power jam. Chris is standing in the penalty box, so while this will be a power start for Santa Cruz, it won't be too much longer until Chris Myas able to get back on the track. No blockers in that 187 penalty box as of this moment.
Currently the pack sitting on that S1 pivot line. And they have decided to go ahead and start off fast, try and jam in for the Bombshells, but Chris Myas is back on the track. And Chris able to break through and take lead jammer.
Chris showing why she's such a badass jammer.
So currently we've had stuck over at turn 2 and trying able to make it out, but the jam is called just in time for a Calgary blocker to go to the penalty box. It looks like that one might have been a forearm.
Another 4 points, though, picked up by Calgary. 7 points. That's all it's going to take for a lead change. So let's see if that can happen. What's Amanda Conda got to do about it? I don't know. We'll find out. Projectile also going to be seeing what they can do about it. Amanda Conda at the top of the pack, coming up against Bruceberry Pie and Sleep. Sleep dropping off to create that bridge. Oh, and then multiplayer called against Bruceberry Pie. So 30 seconds without her. Amanda Conda through with 4. Pro getting knocked to the outside, recycled back. Taz going to the penalty box. Looks like a directional call on Taz. That is number 4 for her. Pro getting low, looking to get in, but does get knocked down. So gonna have to get right back up and start all over again. Pro pushing hard to get through. Calgary's pivot Sleep going to the penalty box. Amanda Conda, 4 more points. Gonna look to score a few more points, just add a little something because we have had a lead change. That's 1 point ahead now for Santa Cruz. Let's see if there's any additional points here at the end. Yep, 3 more points. So that's going to put Santa Cruz 4 points ahead of Calgary here with just under 4 minutes left in the first half.
very, very close in score. Not as close. It looks like Calgary has 15 penalties so far that they racked up. There was a lot, honestly, in that last jam. Coming up on Jam 20, we have Tryon in for the Bombshells against Joe Means Joe for Calgary. And it looks like Tryon able to break through, taking lead for the Bombshells. Joe Means Joe has that star in hand, but looks like they are going to the penalty box. That makes this a power jam for Santa Cruz. Looks like Joe had gotten a high block penalty. Tryon able to go through that pack and rack up some more points for Santa Cruz. Coming back up on the pack in turn 1. The pack stretched out pretty thin, but able to get through and stack up some more points. Joe Means Joe back on the track after sitting in the penalty box. That 187 penalty box, always seeing all of our favorite skaters. And it looks like Tryon calls the jam before Calgary is able to grab any of those points. So that was 11 more points for Santa Cruz. And we have just over a minute and 40 seconds left in this half.
And there's that whistle. Ferris Bruiser with the star for Calgary. Maddie Massicus for Santa Cruz. And Maddie out first, picks up lead, but Ferris Bruiser also out of the pack and skating around very quickly. Maddie telling her team to move forward, let's get going. And calls it off just as Ferris Bruiser gets to the pack. That's going to be a 0-0 jam with just under a minute until the second half.
So we have some people in the Twitch wanting to know what the theme is for the coaches for Santa Cruz. Honestly, I'm going to have to find out because what they are wearing, they all look fabulous. And I want to know where they went shopping because I might want one or two of those outfits. Oh, the Golden Girls. Okay, Golden Girls themed. I love that.
Now I got to know who's who, right?
Yes.
Is there a Rose? Is there a Blanche?
Yes.
A Sophia? A Dorothy? Who? Please tell me. Which of you?
Curb Stomp and Coleslaw taking lead jam for Jam 22, jamming against the Marinator. But it looks like Herb having to go to that penalty box. That makes it so we will have a full 2-minute jam on this right now. Marinator able to break through. And it looks like Herb had to go to the penalty box for a back block. Oh, that one. That was a hard fall, but the pivot for Santa Cruz able to get up quickly. Number 24, Harley Sen. Marinator stuck on turn 2 behind some of those Calgary blockers as Coleslaw back on the track. Mad for Gravy trying to keep Curb at bay. As Marinator's able to go through, picking up 4 points. We still have over 30 seconds left in this jam. Marinator back at the back of the pack at turn 2 as Coleslaw comes back up. Curb able to get through the pack and get some of those points for Calgary. And we have an illegal contact call on Mad for Gravy. But that takes us to the halftime. That last jam got us up to 12 points added on a Calgary with 7 on the Bombshells. That leaves us at 74-64 going into this half.
Yeah, both teams really situated for an exciting second half, so stick with us and tell your friends. If they're not watching, why not? And we will see you back in the second half.
Did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. Head shapes are as unique as fingerprints, so choosing a helmet that's custom to you is the best way to keep you safe while playing derby. A lot of us have spent most of our derby careers wearing a helmet that's the same size shell, whether you're a size small, medium, large, or extra large. One size fits all doesn't work for our feet, and it definitely doesn't work for your head. Roller derby helmets are designed to absorb and disperse the force of impact using EPS foam, which is scientifically designed to fit close to your head, allowing it to protect your head by crumpling or compressing upon impact. So here's the thing, if your helmet size is a small, but you're wearing the same shell size as your teammate who's an XL, not only does it look kind of funny, the functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. So no matter how much foam you stuff into your helmet to make it stay put, you're more at risk for head injuries, putting you at risk.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact.
The S1 Pro knee pad is built to last and perform, blending highly durable fabrics and materials into an innovative design with exceptional craftsmanship. We use a very tough, military-grade ballistic nylon for the outer shell material. We triple stitched every seam to prevent blowouts and reinforced all of the straps with additional stitching. Our top straps are made with a high retention elastic that minimizes excessive stretching and incorporates a length adjustment system to allow you to lengthen or shorten the top strap. The inner knee cup mold is streamlined and deep fitting and features a 4-tiered foam system combining varying densities of foam with shock dispersing foam to achieve both shock reduction and comfort on impact. The inner foam layer is a high rebound memory foam which absorbs shock and molds to your knee on impact, stabilizing the knee, helping to prevent slippage. Our kneecap has a flat surface that supports stability on impact and is made with a high abrasion polycarbonate plastic for durability. The S1 Pro knee pad, stability, durability, functionality. Hi, this is Dan from S1 Helmets. We're in the testing lab today testing our new shock absorbing sizing liners, the RAD liners. RAD foam reduces, absorbs, and disperses energy. With the creation of the RAD liners, we sought to change the single purpose of a traditional sizing liner and not only make it a sizing liner, but also a sweat absorber and impact reducer. S1 RAD liners feature our proprietary special blend of foam that add an additional layer of impact reduction built into the sizing liner that reduce, absorb, and disperse impact energy away from the head when impacted. Lab tests show that depending on the impact, RAD liners reduced impact energy an additional 7.5% to 16.5%, averaging 12% energy reduction to the head in all liners tested. RAD liners are sized just like our standard sizing liners and fit into all S1 Lifer helmets and are covered in a sweat-absorbing, hand-washable terry cloth fabric. S1 RAD liners, next level protection.
Artlist.io. Music
licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
All right, we have less than 2 minutes before we start this second half off. Currently sitting at 74 for the Bombshells and 64 for Calgary. Santa Cruz has held the lead 13 times as far as lead jamming goes, and Calgary 9 times in that first half, so we're excited to see where that goes. And we have had a lot of shout outs in the Twitch. We have people from all over. There's a heavy Canadian presence in the Twitch, which is pretty awesome. I think we saw Quebec, Alberta. There are a few moms in the chat too, giving huge shout outs to their favorite skaters, of course. As we go into the second half, I do have to say I was very curious. I had to run the coaches down from Santa Cruz and ask them a little bit more about their amazing outfits. They are going by Bobby, Babs, and Barb during this game. They are similar to the Golden Girls, except for they're cooler because they're into roller derby. They're about one house down. They don't worry about, you know, their love life or anything like that. They worry about roller derby. They did admit there might be a hint of dementia, but still roller derby all day.
Did I miss anything?
The only thing you missed was I found out the true identities of the coaches for Santa Cruz, which is Bobby, Babs, and Barb. Similar to the Golden Girls, but they do roller derby and they have a hint of dementia. So they're awesome. In so many ways.
I'm blown away by the amazingness of that. I don't even know what to say.
I love the outfits.
I do too.
I'm 39, like so jealous on these outfits right now.
Yes, same. All right, well, it's ready. It's ready time. What do they call that? Go time, right?
Go time.
Okay, here we are. We're back at it, and it's all the action right here in Mesa, Arizona. Chris My Ass with the star for Calgary, trying for Santa Cruz. Chris My Ass out to the end, and now through and picks up lead. That is lead for Calgary here in the second half. They are down by just 10 points. Full 30 minutes to go. It's anybody's game. Chris has picked up 4 points, still trying to get out of that pack. I didn't even do that on purpose, but yeah. Chris has returned and is looking for some more points, but everybody is still hanging out there in that first straightaway between the Rydell Skates jam line and the S1 pivot line. Trying now out of the pack, got a little lift and toss there out. And Chris calls it off. Prevents Triumph from picking up any points. Chris also didn't get any points on that final pass, but did get 8, so 72-74 now. We're right back at that close point differential, just 2 points between these two teams.
So also, we did ask where everybody is from in the Twitch. Right now we have Scotland and England both in the chat. So a lot of different people watching from all over the world. We do love that, and I hope you're enjoying the dad puns that Dak in the Box is placing inside that Twitch feed. He's enjoying his puns today.
And just to be noted, it says that it's Loquita Bonita, but it's actually Jack in the Box.
Dak.
So I don't have that level of dad joke game. So
I love a good pun, though. We got Maddie Masochist in for the Bombshells with Curb Stomping Coleslaw in. Maddie able to take that lead for Santa Cruz. Curb stuck on turn 1 with Harley Sin trying to help push Curb out of bounds. Maddie finding a hole on the inside, continuing their push to take points. Curb trying to break free, knocked down at the last second, and now stuck on turn 2. Maddie coming up to that pack. And it looks like Curb was finally able to break free for their initial pass. And the jam is called.
hey, it looks like Curb's got some glittery under-eye makeup situation going on, and I just have to say that it's fabulous. I love glitter.
I love, you know, I noticed glitter on your arms earlier too.
Oh yes,
so.
that is the shimmer lotion that I applied earlier today. I also like shimmer.
Everyone should shine.
That's right. You should do what you want to do. Be who you are.
Exactly.
Shimmer, shine, or don't if that's not your thing. Ferris Bruiser has the star for Calgary All-Stars. Amanda Conda for Santa Cruz Roller Derby Bombshells. And a penalty being assessed to, I think that's Sleep. Yep, it is. So Sleep going to the penalty box. And nobody out of the pack yet. A lot of action on that S1 pivot line. Amanda Conda, though, with a quick flip around, is now out. Ferris Bruiser out and is assessed to lead. Yeah, it must have been no earned pass there that prevented Amanda Conda from getting lead as she came out of the pack. So Ferris Bruiser is your lead.
I won't lie, I didn't see it. I was reading what Dak posted in the Twitch and giggling. It's a really good dad pun.
All right, I'm going to look back at it.
I asked my date to meet me at the gym, but she never showed up. I guess the two of us aren't going to work out. Oh, the penalty box is filling up over there.
Yeah, that 187 penalty box seeing all the love that we really don't want to share with a penalty box. We want to keep that love on the track, keep it on the track the whole time.
It's looking right now we're mostly safe. We do have one skater with 5 penalties right now, and that is Taz for Calgary.
And we are going to have an official timeout. Just reviewing what happened out on the track, I think, or just preparing, or maybe they're so enthralled with the...
Was it the dad joke?
It could be the dad joke.
They might need a moment.
It's perhaps the bench coaches from Santa Cruz and their fabulosity. Whatever it is, it's over. So we can all get right back to the live derby action. That's what we're all here for anyway, right? Jam number 4 underway. And that is Joe Means Joe with the star for Calgary, Marinator for Santa Cruz. Joe Means Joe, one to beat. That's Mad for Gravy with some nice inverted blocking there. Mad for Gravy, great job slowing down Joe Means Joe, but Joe is still out and has now picked up lead. She is on her way back to the pack.
That pack picking up a lot of speed now up on turn 2. Oh!
Marinator also out. Mad for Gravy, a little spill there, but does get on up. 4 points picked up by Joe. So 80 to 84 here with a little over 23 minutes left in the game.
This could just go either way, which we love to see. I love a good close game. I know the last game everybody was hoping for that overtime. We'll see what happens here, because that would be an interesting scenario. Jam 5 starting. We have Tryon in for the Bombshells with Chris My Ass for Calgary taking that lead. Tryon able to find a hole on the inside of the apex. As Chris comes back up to the pack, pack starts to pick up speed, moving to turn 3. And they call the jam. 2 points given to Calgary on that one. So just a 2-point difference now.
What the what? This is so exciting. Thank you so much for joining us here today. This is a good one. If you're watching from wherever in the world you are and you had to get up early or stay up late, thanks for doing that. Those of you who skipped work, well played. It's much better use of your time. And Curb Stomp and Coleshaw with the star for Calgary. Maddie Masochist for Santa Cruz. Maddie at the front of the pack, but getting held up there by those Calgary blockers, but looks like Ruthless Red picks up a directional call. That broke up the pack, allowing Maddie to get out. And Curb also got out of the pack, which forced that call off and kept Maddie to 3 points on that jam. Ooh. So we're looking at 87-82 after 6 jams.
Looks like Taz might have picked up another penalty on that one. They're now sitting at 6. It was for illegal positioning. So that's Taz up to 6 penalties right now. Seems we have an official review going on. Currently, 2 of those Calgary blockers are going to be starting off this next jam in the penalty box.
Hey, thanks to our friends out there doing track repair, Ambulance and Whoopsie Daisy. We appreciate y'all. Keeping that track from becoming an unnecessary obstacle here in the game. Looks like that review was changed to an official timeout.
Ah.
So we'll never know what happened. Projectile with the star for Calgary, Amanda Conda for Santa Cruz. And Amanda Conda out first. Pro just being swallowed up by those Santa Cruz blockers, but continuing to move their feet from the in to the out and make forward motion. And forearm call being assessed to the Santa Cruz pivot Greco. And Pro rolling up, forcing that call off. 4 points on that jam. 91-82. And there is a team timeout. Calgary asking for a team timeout.
Looks like that also brought Bruceberry Pie up to 5 penalties. That last one being for a forearm call.
A little bit of penalty trouble on the Calgary side. We're starting to see a little something of a shift there where they have probably double, maybe more than
They
double
do. That's
the
12 to
penalties
27.
of Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz has 12 penalties right now, and Calgary has, let's see, I'm going to do some fast counting. 15. Oh, yeah, no, I don't have to count. My friend just pointed out that it already counted. It's
Thank God.
27.
I can't count. That's
Here's
how I
this,
keep
this
getting the
whole
numbers.
time. This whole time I've just been counting,
You've been counting this
and
whole time?
it sums it up. I can
You know
count
what?
pretty. I
I'm
can
proud
count
of
and
you.
add pretty fast.
I am
but
proud of you because I've literally just been looking for the cheat sheet, essentially.
That's brilliant, though. That's way better.
I don't know who came up with this, but I love them for it.
Work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
And working smart and hard are these jammers and blockers.
Marinator breaking away from the pack here in Jam 8, taking lead jammer against Chris My Ass. But Chris My Ass already went into the penalty box. That makes this a power jam for Santa Cruz. Marinator trying to find their way through. It looks like some penalties are being called. That one possibly up against, it was Bruceberry Pie. Oh, and we also have a jammer in the box. That makes the lead go away. So this will be a full 2-minute jam, and that did bring Bruceberry Pie up to 6 penalties. So Calgary now with 2 players at that 6 penalty mark, which we never like to see. Chris back on the track, already completing their initial, and able to find a hole on the inside of turn 3 to cycle through and picking up 4 points. Marinator back on the track as well, and Bruceberry skating up to join them on turn 3. Both teams fully on the track now. And those blockers trying to keep both sets of jammers at bay. Chris able to find a way through. And it looks like Greco heading to the penalty box for a low block. Marinator still on the back, but the time runs out. That,
Oh, man.
Oh, I thought that was, whew. 4 points for the bombshell. Oh, wait. Hold on. No mathy yet. Are we safe?
I think so.
Okay. We were safe. So we have 4 points added to the bombshells, 11 to Calgary. That brings it 95 to 93. That is an intense score right there.
2 points between these 2 teams here at game 2. But it is day 3, so the twos are done.
Well, it looks like so far Santa Cruz has had lead this half. Both teams have had lead 4 times in this half. So it's been fairly even. Not even like we said earlier on that penalty box. That's the only area.
Yeah, but Santa Cruz starting to creep up. I mean, they both have gotten 2 additional penalties since we last spoke of said penalties. But hoping things can get a little settled here in the last 18 minutes of this game. We would like to see no more penalties. Leave that 187 penalty box empty. And jam on, Ferris Bruiser with the star for Calgary, trying for the Santa Cruz Bombshells, trying out first, picks up lead. Ferris Bruiser also out, now going to put on that pressure trying through, picks up those 4 points and calls it off. Quick jam.
So currently, this half, Santa Cruz has put 25 points on the board, and Calgary's put on 29.
Yeah, keeping it close.
Coming up, starting jam 10 now with Maddie Masochist in for the Bombshells. Jamming against Curb Stomp and Coleshaw for Calgary. Maddie able to break away at turn 1, taking lead. Curb trying to find a hole, but being held back. We've got a blocker from each, well, no, 2 now for Santa Cruz in the penalty box. 1 blocker in for Calgary. Might make that 2 for both teams now. Maddie continuing through after picking up 4 points and then calling it before Curb was able to grab any. That brings the Bombshells over the 100. They're at 103 now, and Calgary is at 93.
And the jam has begun. Joe Means Joe with the star for Calgary. Amanda Conda for Santa Cruz, 10 points. Separate these teams. Everybody is at that S1 pivot line. HD getting in there to break things up. Then Joe Means Joe getting some offensive assistance from Ruthless Red. Still pushing everybody, using all their fuerza, all their force to move forward. Bridging. Trying to maintain that pack area. Joe Means Joe, though, really getting things pushed out. And now she is out first. My goodness, that took like a minute, 10 seconds to get out of the pack and pick up lead for Joe Means Joe. And Joe now through, has picked up 4 points. Amanda Conda just being denied by Calgary's blockers, Taz and Razor and Novel Blonde. Eight points up there for Joe Means Joe. Just 2 more points to tie this up. 3 to take the lead. And it looks like there's going to be 4. And that's the end of the jam. So we have a lead change. Calgary now in the lead, 105 to 103. Timeout.
I'm loving how they just can't stay away from that 2-ish point range this entire game.
It's like they're magnets doing a little dance.
I love that for them.
They like come towards each other and then they swing past and then they come back together and then they swing past.
It's a beautiful dance that we do love.
Indeed, a thing of beauty.
It's a lot of love in the Twitch chat for Joe, saying that Joe's having a much better second half. Granted, we have a lot of love in the chat, period. I do love how enthusiastic all the fans are for their favorite player and their favorite teams. And even if they're not their favorite. There's a lot of respect from a lot of people across saying, you know what, that's an outstanding player or team. And then, of course, all the enthusiasm in here. I don't know if everybody can hear the chanting and cheering that's going on, but everybody's just ready for the rest of this game. Only 13, a little bit over 13 minutes left.
Yeah, a lot of folks in the venue watching live. Thanks for being here with us.
Jam 12 started, and we have Marinator in for the Bombshells against Ferris Bruiser for Calgary. Immediately a call being placed, and that is number 7 for Taz. I'm sorry, not for Taz. That is number 7 for Bruceberry. And we also had a star pass sleep for Calgary, now putting that star on as Marinator is our lead jammer, picking up a lot of speed. Pack moving fairly fast up into turn 3 and then posing ready for the return of Marinator. Sleep wearing that star in turn 3, trying to push through and able to make it through. Marinator having to cycle back through and then calling it, but it looks like Calgary was able to pick up some points. We have a 1-point lead now, 111 for the Bombshells against 110 for Calgary.
Man, that was a beautiful jam. I think we're going to see another beautiful jam right now. Chris Mayas with the star for Calgary, trying for Santa Cruz. And I don't know if you could see it in the chat, probably not in the venue from where you are, but I really was enjoying how Chris and Tryon were chatting it up, smiling, all happy until the whistle blew. And then nothing but intensity. And Chris out first, picks up lead for Calgary. Tryon, though, now also out. Going to put that pressure on. Let's see what Chris does with Tryon getting close to the pack. Chris called it off, able to call it off and prevent any points being scored by Santa Cruz, which means we've had another lead change.
So a lot of people in the Twitch saying this looks very similar to the last game where everything was just going back and forth, which we love to see. Jam 14 now beginning. We have Maddie Masochist in for the Bombshells with Curb Stomp and Coleshaw in for Calgary. Maddie Masochist trying to push through the center of that pack. They're holding very strong here in turn 1. And Coleshaw was receiving a little bit of assistance from Razor, but Razor had to go back to the penalty box with a back block call. Both jammers still trying to get out of the pack, and it looks like we have another Calgary blocker heading to the penalty box. But that gives Maddie the opportunity to push on through for their initial pass. It also looks like we had a star pass and Sleep now wearing the star for Calgary. 4 points grabbed by the Bombshells. That brings us to 115 versus 113. And we do have a few players still visiting that 187 penalty box.
Clearly they missed it when I said we weren't going to do that anymore, that we're done visiting.
They weren't paying attention.
That 187
Yeah.
penalty box. Oh, A beautiful juke move by Projectile, and they are out of the pack and picked up lead. We have had a star pass for the Bombshells, so Greco now jammer for the Bombshells. Greco is out. And making that scoring pass, Greco got knocked to the outside and she was recycled back. Pro now on a second scoring pass. Slips, kind of scoots off to avoid getting hit and slides off the track, so recycled back and now in the pack, looking to make some progress, getting some assistance there from Taz, kind of being push-pulled out, calling it off just as Greco gets to the pack, so no points for Greco. 4 more picked up by Projectile, so they are gonna hang on and, well, I guess regain, right, that 2-point lead.
Yeah, we keep flipping and flopping right now between who is the lead in this one.
Man, just 8 minutes left. Wow.
Marinator in, jamming in jam 16 of this half for the Bombshells with Chris My Ass for Calgary. Chris trying to find a hole on the inside, but Marinator able to find a opening on the outside and take lead jammer. Chris now holding the star in their hand, being knocked out of bounds on that interior and having to cycle back through. Marinator also gummed up here on this turn 2, trying to push through. Both sets of blockers holding on tight to those jammers. Chris trying to reach out for that pivot, unable to do so. Marinator trying to work on both sides of those blockers to get around. It looks like Sleep might have been able to grab that star, so now Sleep is the jammer for Calgary. And Marinator able to finally push through, grabbing 4 points. That brings us to 123 versus 121. Still holding on to that, that 2-point differential right there. We only have a little over 6 minutes left in this one, and this could really be anyone's game.
Yeah, it's wild. Just another flip-flop, like Secret Squirrel said. Let's see if we flippity-flop it back. That's trying for the Bombshells, Ferris Bruiser for the Calgary All-Stars. And everybody's just chilling, but Ferris Bruiser makes a break for it and successfully gets out of the pack, picks up lead for Calgary. The Calgary blocker gone to the penalty box, trying now also out of the pack and coming up quickly. Ferris Bruiser gonna call it off, so 2 points. That means we have a tie score.
Oh my Lord.
The ever elusive tie score.
Somebody take a picture of that right meow.
I see Gibby taking a picture of it.
Okay, good.
Thanks, Gibbs.
So we do have a team timeout right now. Currently this half though, we have had, Santa Cruz has had lead 9 times and Calgary has lead 8 times. So that really does show kind of in how they're scoring. Penalty-wise, we're still very uneven. We have 19 penalties overall for Santa Cruz and 36 for Calgary. So Calgary almost double. I've got a Dak in the box over here doing some math for me because I'm not the greatest with the math. I'll openly admit it. So it looks like this half, Santa Cruz has scored 41 points, but Calgary has scored 59. 59. So that's a pretty interesting position considering Calgary has not had lead as many times as Santa Cruz has. Five seconds before, and the jam is starting. We have jam 18 now on. With Maddie Masochist in for Santa Cruz against Joe Means Joe for Calgary. Calgary does have one blocker still in that penalty box starting off this jam. Maddie pushed out of bounds, but able to maintain position. Joe Means Joe trying to push through. And Joe able to break away, taking that lead jammer position. It looks like Sleep got a forearm call, and that brought Sleep up to 6 penalties. Maddie Masochist able to break away for their initial. With Joe trying to push through the pack, keeping an eye on Maddie the entire time. Maddie able to continue on through, grabbing 4 points for the Bombshells. Joe still trying to push through and calling the jam, forcing it so Maddie could not grab some more points over in turn 4. Joe has the highest points so far of a jam with 12 points in a jam. So that's pretty impressive. Jam 19 starting with Greco taking lead for Santa Cruz. Projectile jamming for Calgary. Both jammers picking up a lot of speed, coming around turn 2 after making their initial. But that pack is moving almost just as fast. Oh, had a little bit of a spill there on turn 3. Oh, and it looks as though Greco is heading to the penalty box. That takes away that lead position. Projectile trying to find their way through, getting knocked out of bounds on turn 4. Projectile now being recycled back through the pack again after being pushed out. And it looks as though we have had a star pass. And now Taz is jamming for Calgary. Greco is back on that track. This will be the full 2 minutes of this jam. We still have 40 seconds left. Taz having to cycle back through the pack. It's Greco being pushed to the inside. And it looks as though Greco is heading back to the penalty box after receiving a high block. Taz continuing through. The penalty box is slowly filling up with a few blockers. And that is the end of the jam. It looks as though Calgary got 10 more points on that one, with Santa Cruz getting 3. That brings us to 130 for Santa Cruz versus 136 for Calgary. And a timeout is called.
All right, and this is jam number 20, Curb, back out on the track for Calgary Greco for Santa Cruz. This was a power start. And still no lead with almost 30 seconds off the time clock. 40 seconds left in the period. And just 6 points separating these teams. Blockers really showing all that skill, all that practice right now as they are making it extremely difficult for the jammers to get out and start scoring any points at all. Greco knocked down, getting back up and able to get out of the pack.
Oh,
Picks up lead. Curb, though, also out, and they are both coming around at the same time. The pack is moving very, very quickly.
people are on their feet loving this one.
Yeah, they are like half a track ahead. And the pivot from Calgary, Ruthless Red, getting a track cut call and going to the penalty box. Greco just 10 feet ahead. Attempts an apex jump, does not land it. Curb coming in, getting knocked to the inside, recycled back. Curb with a block there on Greco. Maybe thought that Greco had been knocked out and was looking for that recycle. Oh, look at that. That is a penalty on Greco as the game ends. 1 point picked up by Calgary, 2 by Santa Cruz. So your unofficial score right now, 137 to 132. All right, friends. There it is. There's that whistle, and it's turned to a final score, 137-132. Congratulations to the Calgary All-Stars for pulling out this one. This was a battle right to the very end. Well done, Santa Cruz.
And all the fans absolutely love that. I think this is a huge testament to how hard both teams played. We will here in a moment announce our MVPs.
Make sure you stick around for that next game coming up. That's going to be in about how much time?
30-ish?
30-ish minutes.
Enough time to get a snack, get something to sip on, use the bathroom, and get ready to go again.
Yeah, come and catch that next game.
That is a lot. Oh, I love it. I hope everybody at home watching on Twitch can hear the cheers. There is so much energy. Everybody was so excited about that one. Can y'all hear it? Oh yeah, there's people. They can definitely hear it, and they love it. Like I said a minute ago, we will announce our MVPs here in just one moment. We want to give the skaters all a chance to get around that track, catching those high fives as they go, and also give a chance to the fans to give out those high fives. Those are coveted in the roller derby leagues. All right. Our MVPs, starting with Santa Cruz, your MVP jammer, number 26, Amanda Conda. Your MVP blocker, number 4, Mad for Gravy. And your MVP Team Spirit number 36 HD. Congratulations to the Santa Cruz MVPs. Now for our MVPs for Calgary. Your MVP Jammer number 1111, Joe Means Joe. Your MVP Blocker number 1349, Razor. And your MVP Team Spirit number 21, Novel Blonde. Congratulations to both teams. You did an outstanding job. Everybody at home has absolutely loved that. We will be back in about 25 minutes with that next game. We hope you hold tight, and we can't wait to start.
Did you know that your head is not normal? No one's is. Head shapes are as unique as fingerprints, so choosing a helmet that's custom to you is the best way to keep you safe while playing derby. A lot of us have spent most of our derby careers wearing a helmet that's the same size shell, whether you're a size small, medium, large, or extra large. One size fits all doesn't work for our feet, and it definitely doesn't work for your head. Roller derby helmets are designed to absorb and disperse the force of impact using EPS foam, which is scientifically designed to fit close to your head, allowing it to protect your head by crumpling or compressing upon impact. So here's the thing. If your helmet size is a small, but you're wearing the same shell size as your teammate who's an XL, not only does it look kind of funny, the functionality of the EPS foam and how it disperses impact energy is compromised. So no matter how much foam you stuff into your helmet to make it stay put, you're more at risk for head injuries, putting you at risk.
The 888 certified Sweat Saver comes in better shell size options than our leading competitor,
giving you the highest level of protection upon impact.
One of the most advanced, scientific, and accurate ways to show how much better the S1 Lifer helmet is versus the traditional soft foam skate helmet is to actually test these in an accredited, independent, third-party testing facility. This is the S1 Lifer helmet, which is constructed with our patented blend of EPS fusion foam. This is a traditional soft foam skate helmet, which is constructed with soft foam inserts. We're going to put helmets onto this head form that has an accelerometer in it that measures impact energy. The head form is connected to a computer that measures the amount of impact that gets to the head in a simulated impact. Basically what you're seeing is that the soft foam helmet is allowing the impact energy to go directly through the helmet and get to the head form. With the S1 Lifer helmet, the fusion foam is crushing that energy and dispersing it out and reducing it 4 times the amount the soft foam helmet did. The S1 Lifer helmet, a better, safer helmet. The S1 Lifer helmet is a culmination of innovation in design, quality, safety, and fit. The Lifer helmet features our specially formulated EPS foam called Fusion Foam, blending low, medium, and high density beads together to create our impact-reducing inner foam mold. The inner foam mold is what does all of the impact energy dispersion in the S1 Lifer helmet, and it is protected by our high rebound ABS outer plastic shell. The S1 Lifer helmet combines the safety of a certified multiple impact and certified high impact helmet with a comfortable, deep fitting design. The Lifer helmet's progressive styling gives it a unique look while also showcasing more traditional features by combining 5 circular air vent holes with 6 teardrop air vents. The Lifer's adjustable strap sliders make it very easy to adjust the straps to fit a variety of comfortable strap positions. The Lifer helmet is fitted using our color-coded, adjustable, and sweat-absorbing sizing liners, fitting heads from 20.5 inches to 23.5 inches. Get a Lifer, be a Lifer.